Greeting YouTube. This week's bargain video is going to start outside. I got this cast iron grate for my wife. Well, she picked it out, I should point out. We're going to use that as a trestle of some variety, growing plants on it. And the two solid steel spikes I picked up for $1 a piece. And this comes no surprise to anyone. I'm going to weaponize at least one of them. I think I'm going to cut it in half and then mount it on as a spike on a sledgehammer. So I think I may make a very heavy war pick out of it. But these things are not coming in the house, so that's until I need them. So they're staying out here. So that's why I'm out here today. So next section will be inside. Okay, I lied. More stuff outside. This is a tamp for tamping earth. This one's actually made in the USA. And I picked this up today at a flea market for 10 bucks. I picked up this little tiny shovel. Now some of you may remember I did a project last year where I converted a kid's shovel into a long-handed shovel because my wife likes to use it for cleaning the stairs. It works admirably. Unfortunately, because it was so cold, the plastic actually cracked, so I need to get rid of that. And this is steel, so I'm going to take this handle off and I'm going to put this steel blade onto the other handle, so we will have a small, long-handled shovel for cleaning the steps. I got that for 3 bucks, so I got, I don't care that I'm going to take it apart. And then I got this ice scraper here, which already has sort of the junksmith aesthetic. As someone on YouTube said that I am a junksmith, and I think that's a legitimate term. I'm going to turn this into a Roman pilum, so I'm going to make a spear out of it. Probably yay wide, just wide enough to come to a point, just to get past here, come to a point. So probably 1 inch on either side. And I may slope it just for fun, just to give it a slightly better and more interesting look. I don't know, I haven't decided. After I cut the overall shape, I'll decide if I'm going to put an angle there or not. We'll see. It will also be easier to do that once I've got the overall shape. So, next up, I hope this time, whoops, there's a shadow, it's really bright out here, into the office. Greetings, YouTube. Time for another bargain video. First up, we have 3 issues of a Frank Miller RoboCop comic, which I didn't even know existed, so I thought I'd give them a look. But I gotta tell you, I've read a few comics in the last couple of months, and it has kind of reinforced in my head why I don't read comics anymore. But I still get a little smile out of them sometimes. Then we have a book which is odd, it has no title on the cover. I didn't realize that until I laid it down. It's called Memories of India by Ruby Baker Gray, and it is the story of a woman who lived in India from 1930 to 1942, I believe. It should be interesting. She was born in 1896, so that should be interesting, though I get the feeling it's going to be a lot of white privilege and classism, but we'll see. Then we have 50 hikes, walks, day hikes, and backpacking trips in New Hampshire's White Mountains by Daniel Dwan. Or Dwan, I don't know. Dwan? Who knows? My wife likes to take hikes, and I occasionally join her. So we picked that up. We have the Consumer Reports Buying Guide of 2015. It's still relevant. It might be of use to me when I'm buying technology. I do occasionally buy new technology. Then we have Dragon Dice Commander's Manual, and this was written by Dory Hine and David Eckelberry, and this is from TSR. I don't even have the dice anymore, I don't believe. I think I actually owned them at one time, but they're long gone, or not, if not long gone. I know I've given some away, so I don't have a complete set. But I picked it up at a flea market today, add it to my collection. Then we have the Book of Classic Board Game, which comes with dice, and then they paid $2.99 for it, and I paid less than that. So they lost money on this one, and it's got the gaming boards in the book. So that's kind of cool. Nice to have that around in case we want to play games of some variety. The board games, rather. We have some DVDs. We have Doc Hollywood, which is a film that made me smile the last time I saw it, and hopefully it will again. It's got Michael J. Fox and Woody Harrelson in it. We have Nicolas Cage in Gone in 60 Seconds, a film I've never actually seen, but you know, no one plays Nicolas Cage better than Nicolas Cage. We have Spartan with Val Kilmer. I watched this last night, and I bought this on recommendation of Adam Savage of Mythbusters. And it's a David Mamet film, so it has a wonderfully gradual pacing. And it really is well done. It's a quiet film. It doesn't have a lot of stupid jump cuts and things. And it's a really good espionage journey. He said that if you liked the original Bourne Identity, you'd like this, and I concur. The other 3 Bourne films left something to be desired, but the first one and this one are both good espionage films. We have Stephen King's It. I wasn't thrilled with this when I saw it. I did watch it when it was originally broadcast, but this has commentary, including John Ritter, so I thought I would have checked that out. We have 2 seasons of Robot Chicken. I don't know if I've ever actually watched a full episode of Robot Chicken, but now we can. We have a Kurt Russell collection, Executive Decision and Unlawful Entry. I love Kurt Russell. I have a wonderful crush on the guy. He's just so entertaining. Then we have the original Tron, which I didn't have in my collection, and now I do. I picked this up for $2, or actually, it was less than $2. I picked up 3 for $5, so it was, you know, less than $2. And it's 20 Alfred Hitchcock films, and I picked it up specifically for the 39 Steps, which is a film I've never seen, but I've heard so many people speak highly of it. I need to watch it. Now we have Rumpelstiltskin starring Amy Irving. I've never seen this version, but I got it for 75 cents, so I thought I'd give it a try. We have Walt Disney's The Jungle Book, a film I have not seen in ages. And then we have Robert Redford in The Natural. It's weird. I don't like sports. I have an affection for certain sports films, and this is one of them. On to section 2. This section is going to be a little eclectic, even for me. Here we have a t-shirt with Bill Murray wearing 3D glasses. If anyone knows where this is from, I'd like to know, because I don't know. And we have a black top from Murano, just for me. I picked myself up a hemp toque. I don't have a hemp toque. Now I do, so I need to wash that up and get it ready to get it so I can wear it. This is a LED flashlight that you wear around your neck. I had never seen one in person before, and I found it at a thrift shop, so I'm going to give that a try, give it a review. Here's another one I picked up at a yard sale for $1. I'll probably just review it, and I may just donate it when I'm done, or I may find a use for the tripod. I don't know, we'll see. Now we have a brush that you put into a drill for cleaning things. I have ones that are disc shaped, but I didn't have any that are disc shaped. It goes straight down, and I actually have a use for something like this. And I picked it up for $2 at a flea market. Now we have a weight. Now this is a weight that says 2DU. It weighs 387 grams. If anybody out there knows what DU stands for, that would be cool, because I don't. We have a very silly knife. This is a knife. This is it's a liner lock. So there's a liner lock for each one of these blades. Each blade has a thumb stud, and it's a cross you throw. According to the guy that sold it to me, he had 4. One guy bought 3, didn't want to buy 4, so I picked this up for $3. It was just so absurd. I don't know if Skull's got one. Maybe I should send it to him. Then we have a gardening tool, which I plan on sharpening and making useful. I picked that for less than $2 at the Ocean State job lots. Yeah, at the end of the season. Speaking of end of season, I picked this up for I think $6 or $7, which is like internet pricing for this. It's a Fiskars tool, and I plan on weaponizing this. I'm going to make this much more dangerous than it currently is, but you know, that's what I do. Then we have a quote-unquote survival knife, which is horrible. I mean, it's really cheap, and it's got this horrible compass you can't even read in it. And I purchased this just so I could convert it into a spear. I got this and this hide Warncliffe style blade for I think $6 at a yard sale. Actually, no, it was because I got 2 spikes with this, 2 big metal spikes. I think I paid $7 for the whole lot. So yeah, it was $7 for the whole lot. Then we have a Gaucho's knife. This was made in Brazil. And it comes with a real cowhide sheath. And this is designed to be worn in a belt. So this is like behind the belt, so the belt does this, and so you can see the as opposed to, you know, being worn like that. I used to have a Gaucho knife, and I don't know where it went. There have been a number of knives over the years that have slipped through my hands. Don't have a clue where they went. Here we have a fish bottle opener. My wife has an affection for strange bottle openers. And we're just a little rough, so we're probably going to clean this up some, and then maybe paint it, make it a little more interesting. This is an N-size crochet hook. Oddly enough, I needed one. I used one at work for a trimming tool. One of my coworkers saw it, and he's like, I want one of those. So I found one for him at a flea market. At random, it was like he had nothing else on his table that had anything to do with crochet except for this. So there you go. And then we have a large brass key, because I like brass keys. It's a nice shape. Now, I may use this as a key fob for other keys. Then we have a pry bar, which is not in great shape. I mean, it's all bent and twisted, but I didn't buy it for a pry bar. I'm going to turn that into a throwing knife. So I just bought it as a piece of steel. I paid 33 cents for it. So as a piece of steel, that's a pretty good deal. Then we have some ceramic. I was not good. I'm going to have to get rid of one of my mugs. But this is just very pretty. It was very well executed. I have no idea who that maker is, but it's very well done. And I'm not a fan of sake. I don't drink alcohol. But this is a handmade bottle. And it had these figures on there, this painting, which just looked like crows to me. And I was just like, this is just really, really cool. And I picked up both of those items for $5. Here we have a cup that my wife picked up. I believe this goes with a set she already has. And here we have a small owl vase. But if you blow on the top, it sounds like an owl. So maybe it's an owl whistle. I'm not sure. And this is a belated birthday gift for one of my coworkers. And we have a bell. And this is the kind of wind chime. Got a pretty good sound to it, so we'll hang this off our porch so the wind can catch it. I'm going to need to get a hook for this. I don't think I have a hook for this at the moment, but that's not hard to do. We can acquire hooks, or maybe I do. I'll have to look around. I may have one. And we have one more section with a couple of special things this week. This is an actual park sign. I bought this from a guy who bought a lot of them from the state. I guess they were getting rid of them. This is from 1979, so they update them or something. So we need to wash it off. It's a little on the dirty side, but I don't want to ruin the overall look. I'm not going to touch it up or anything. And it tells you a little warning up here about not removing materials or postings, and there's a little sign on the back which tells you the year and such, which is U.S. Department of Justice. My wife is into hiking, as I've mentioned in the past, so she could probably take this to work and hang it up because she works at the sporting goods place. So they should all get a kick out of that, and if nothing else, we'll put it on our porch. But it was kind of cool, and it was a reasonable price, so I got that for her as a gift. And this is the find of this video. This is a brass lunchbox. Classic lunchbox shape. It actually has hinges in the back that have stops, so this actually won't go flat. This is hand bent, hand soldered, hand riveted. This is all cut out by hand. That is manufactured by hand. This scroll work is made by hand. Here is the two stops I mentioned, and the only markings I can find on this are the numbers 46. I'm assuming that was the year it was made. And to some people, this is just an example of sorry, this is a little difficult to do with one hand. Close it with one hand. This is just an example of craftsmanship. But for me, this is a piece of art. This is a work of art. This is just beautiful. And I saw that on a shelf in an antique shop, and I'm just like, And then I saw the price, and I paid $14 for it. You couldn't buy the sheet brass for 14 bucks to make this thing. And I'll probably have a video with more details about this at some point in the future. But this thing is just beautiful. And I was so thrilled to have it. I'm just going to put some gaming stuff in it and put it on my shelf so I can see it. Just use it as gaming storage. But it is very, very cool. I forgot 2 items. This is a gi, and this is a glass measuring cup. We think it's potentially, you know, like carnival glass era kind of thing. We're not positive. I don't know if it has any markings on it other than the measurements. My wife found it quite pleasant. It's limey green, and I paid 66 cents for both of those items. I got the gi belt because I want to use this as a strap with a canvas bag I bought a while back, and I want to take the handles off the bag, put this on it, and make a crossbody shoulder bag. So it's a little bit bigger than that rainbow colored one I had a while back. I use the rainbow colored one all the time, but it's not quite big enough for what I'm really looking for when it comes to going to flea markets. So with that canvas bag I picked up for $1, and this, which cost me all of 33 cents, and a little bit of effort on my part, I should have the bag I want when I go to flea markets. So hopefully this is the last section.